Good day. Hello guys. Sorry that it's been such a long time since I actually did a video. I realize that that's not professional or classy or anything like that, but I thought it might behoove you all to watch this video, which, although I don't typically upload Smite gameplay, I uploaded this because this is the match where I got my first legendary rank. Which I am very proud of. Agni is clearly my best god, and it shows. Or if not the best god, the one I've definitely had to slug through the most time with. I went 20-1 in this match, which I think is a fairly exceptionally good score as scores go. So there's that also. What else? I really dislike YouTube's new system for looking at comments because I now have to integrate with Google Plus, and I hate Google Plus. So thanks Google for doing that. A couple of big fingers up to you guys. Anyway, I am in the process of editing a Battlefield Heroes montage, which is as of yet unnamed, which is fine. I'm a big fan still of the game, even though I have taken a break from it, but I still add anyone who adds me and asks to be added. So if you want to play a game, you just gotta, let me know. I'm not going to talk too much about this particular gameplay because it was not as exciting, honestly. I was in the zone. I did really well. Everything came together for me. I just played a very good game. That being said, this guy is an idiot. I don't really know why he dived me. I can say that this Aphrodite was not much better, especially ducking into my flame wave. But Smite has changed quite a bit, and I don't have. The problem is I can record Smite gameplay just fine, but I can't really record it as well. So yeah, it's a slippery slope, to be sure. I'm gonna get a new computer at some point in the next few months, probably from money I earn. So there's that to look forward to. Yeah. That would have been an excellent kill if I had hit it, but I didn't, so now we'll never know. For those of you who were unsure, Imperfect Gaming has, in fact, disbanded. For a variety of reasons, not the least of which is I apparently just didn't have the time, and other reasons too, but not the least of which is I ran out of time and it just wasn't worth it anymore, I guess. There's not really a good explanation for that, but for a variety of reasons, it's no longer active. So for those of you wondering why there's no more TeamSpeak and why the website no longer works, I actually don't know why the website no longer works. So there's that to deal with as well. Let's see here. As far as this gameplay goes, pretty standard Agni gameplay. I tend to play fairly aggressive when I have the resources, but I don't bidding to say the least. Ah, here we are. We're back. It looks like I finished out my shielded teleport, which I find to be a very necessary part of my gameplay style. Which is, I mean, it's kind of grown. The meta has kind of grown that way anyway. But I found that to be very helpful. Right now, I'm going to gank the right lane, where I correctly guessed that the Amuzin Cobb would be there. I just narrowly avoided killing him, If my abilities were off of cooldown, I probably would have. I heard him coming and dashed out of the way, which has got to be frustrating for him. I don't really know why I went in a circle around here. I guess I thought I could try and hurt him or kill him, but I could have very easily have died. I think he just choked and missed his skill shots, and eventually he breaks off the chase. So go me. I took one parting shot there. For no real reason. But now I teleport back over here. That's one benefit. It's very good for quick tower defense. And I fire one meteor off, take him out. And you'll see it especially at the end, exactly how much damage my meteors are doing. But I flatten a hell in one meteor into flame wave, so I leveled out very well. I'll try and answer some questions that I've gotten over comments. I am in the process of making some of those Battlefield Heroes gameplays that you guys wanted to see, so that's good. Particularly the soldier with short range and mid range pistols. Now I'm going to port back and finish off my focused void stone. Honestly, I don't find that there's too much of a similarity between, or too much of a difference between the different void stones. I simply prefer focused, but you would do just as well probably with regular void stone, like what we used to do before there were tiered items. So just something to think about. And there's that guy. He just got molested. Funny fact about our Loki, his starting item was tier 1 Void Blade, which is, I know, I'm just waiting for the laughter, is incredibly impractical. I mean, it's practical, but not at level 1, but he had no lane clearing ability because he was jungling. So there's that. Just kind of a dumb move. Got him with a combination of rainfire and flame wave. I tried to make. I mean, I was shooting for legendary rank, so had said that I would record this gameplay anyway, and I really wanted to do well, so I was extra motivated, and I went out of my way to get kills. I notice I'm picking up Mystical Mark, which, again, I wouldn't normally do, but a lot of the team had healing of some sort. Aphrodite, Hell, and who's the other one? Aphrodite, Hell, and even Thanatos because of his 3. So I somehow managed to take Thanatos out in the air. That's my only death of the game right there when I got overly aggressive. So right now I'm gonna try and speed it up so that I don't have to watch the death sequence. Or maybe I won't. I mean, the death sequence is kind of interesting, but notice that Loki is only level, I think at this point, 8. I can't really tell because I'm recording it and looking at it as it's recording, and I can't tell what exactly the number is. But he's pretty low on the totem pole, for obvious reasons. And you can see that he hasn't even finished his Void Blade by this point. So about halfway there. Living on a prayer. I tend to build Agni typically power based, so I'll start with Boots of the Magi, then Focused Voidstone. Then by that point, depending on how the match has gone, by about level 16 or 17, I'll sell off Vampiric Shroud, and after I buy tier 1 of Rod of Tahuti. and I'll get tier 2 Rod of Tahuti, so that already gives me 75 magic power, which makes most of my shots hit pretty hard, especially late game, because it just snowballs from there. So doing that, gonna find it, looking for it, yep, there it is. I buy it, and then for some reason I forgot that I had my teleport ability, so I decide to walk it, which is annoying to say the least, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, a lot of this game was spent defending the middle tower, and I'm not entirely sure that it was worth the time I spent defending the middle tower. Also, I killed that guy with noxious fumes, which is one of the more, I feel like, is one of the most humiliating ways to die in this game. There's just some people, like, dying from Vulcan's little landmine thumper thing is just embarrassing, because no self-respecting player should be dying from that. You know, if you're dying from that, then you've really just fucked up. I kill him again with noxious fumes. Notice how hard I'm hitting Aphrodite at this point. And we're gonna push up this mid tower, you know, do our thing. Fuck what they looking at. So if you guys should comment about what your favorite god is and whatnot. If you guys are interested, my referral link is on or in my about section on my channel, and I would love it. I love playing with people in this game. I don't have a problem partying up and just playing a few rounds, so if you guys are interested in that, my username is Vile. There's an accent over the I, because some buffoon took my actual name, so, you know, there's that. That was just a dumb move. I kill him with noxious fumes again. Unfortunately, just after this game, I played another match, which was a quadra kill. I mean, in this match, I only earned a triple, so that's frustrating. But they did not have a good magical counter to me. Aphrodite is not a good mid if you want a lot of late game damage. Something to remember for all of you guys who might be new to the game. But they have technically removed the support class from Smite, and they lumped it together with the mages. I think that was a mistake. They definitely need to make support a separate tier, because typically, with the exception of Hell, if played correctly, most of them, I don't think, strictly in terms of damage output, do not do as well as more traditional mages. So there's that, and I just think that a separate category would also benefit people queuing for assault mode, because there's definitely a discrepancy between some teams getting an abundance of people who heal versus teams who can't. I once played on a team of Aphrodite, Ra, Hel, Guan Yu, and I think it was Bakasura, somebody who was completely useless. That's another thing. They really should do something against the gods that really suck in assault mode, like Bakasura, and a lot of the melee junglers seem to have a really hard time in assault, and I'm not sure why that is. I think it's because assault is much more hectic, and a lot of junglers require more stealth in order to succeed. So that's what I conclude. I think that's the reason why, but you can take it or leave it. That's one thing that should be changed. As I record this, the day after this was recorded, or 2 days after, I guess, the Hebo patch came in, and where they redid Hebo's graphic model for reasons that don't really know. I think a better use of the time would have been to redo certain kits, most notably Vamana, because Vamana, he's very strong. He's one of my favorites, but there's not a practical reason for people to play him because he doesn't offer the same sort of utility that other warriors do. Like Guan Yu at least has a stun, even though I really don't like the new Guan Yu. Guan Yu has a stun, and Tyr has his knockups and his crowd control. Thor, I'm not actually sure what Thor qualifies as anymore. I haven't looked recently, but Thor has a lot of crowd control and such. So there's not, but Vamana only has one ability that's a knockup, and the best that he can do is his ult, which is great, but it's just not as good, you know? So there's that. Anyway, I'm backing now. I tend to go Boots of the Magi, Focused Voidstone, Rod of Tahuti, and then depending on the other team, I will either go Soul Reaver or Spear of the Magus. Most of the time it's Soul Reaver, but this time, since we weren't particularly, it wasn't a particularly difficult engagement, I went for Spear of the Magus, which is honestly, especially against Odin, is a much better target, I feel like. And I just speared the Odin right there, no pun intended, but got him good. I'm glad they're finally nerfing Amu's and Cobb's bees, because that was just a ridiculous ability that needed a lot of work, or needed tweaking. I think this shot would have killed Aphrodite, but I can't prove it, obviously, because I couldn't see over the wall. So, but gonna head back here and pick up a ward. Oh no, do I pick up a ward yet? No, I picked up a ward and I planted it. Something. But now I'm back in the game, and I see Hell off in the distance. I really hoped that she would go and get blue, because that would have been a really easy kill. But instead, she pops up behind me, and I just have to dash through, pop one meteor, knock down Amuzen. Nothing happens there. Hell disintegrates, flat damage of 519, which will, at high levels, will destroy most mages pretty quickly if you have the right combination of power and pen. So, we are winding down. We're getting fairly close to the defeat. Yeah, I did kind of jack that one, but the Loki I don't think would have finished it off on his own. It's at this point that we push up the middle. I'm honestly kind of surprised they hadn't surrendered before this point, because if you feed Agni enough, he can combo and or use his meteors on pretty much anybody, and it will do, even Hercules. And I view Hercules as like the tankiest of, even tankier than people like Emir and Athena and Bacchus. But all that to say, gonna back here, finish off my spear, chug some beer. Yeah, but I finish that off. I pour it back to the middle. My friend Icon Grap was playing Tyr, and he did a pretty good job of soloing. He had the solo lane. For some reason, our duo lane went left to the short lane instead of to the long lane, so he was stuck going against 2 people. And he opened his game by getting a double kill, pushing both of them into tower. So he did a very, very good job. But these guys, you know, just... And I'm fairly certain that the surrender vote comes through pretty quick here, but I'm not positive. I end the game 20-1. So, go me. But then I go for Soul Reaver, and by this point, it's very difficult to come back. In fact, probably impossible to come back. And when this tower falls, yep, they surrender finally, and I'm going to stop talking now, and instead going to play you some inspirational music, but there's my legendary rank, bitches! Putting me squarely to rank 10, and my final score was 20-1. I don't remember how many assists, but it should be over 10. Oh, there we go. I can't read it from here. I think that's over 10, but in any case, time for your inspirational music, and I hope you guys have a good day. BFH commentary and montage coming soon, along with a vlog. Toodles.